Hello everybody, hope you're doing really well. Today we are in Dover. Hi Sophie.
Hello.
You alright?
I'm good.
Good. We've been really lucky today with lots of different things and hopefully we will share them with you presently. We're in Dover and it's been very windy today, therefore my brain has left on multiple occasions. It's really gone, hasn't it? We are in one piece of Dover's history, a piece of Dover's history that really gets overlooked, I think, in terms of its historical relevance, because actually most of you might recognise it when you're in Dover, but most of you may or may not, that's in passing that is, not realise how historically significant as a ruin this is. And actually it's one of probably the last sort of ruins that I've got left to really record on this channel. Done most of them actually. So this is St James's Church, but it hasn't, you'll find out in a history lesson it's gone through a few phases. Unfortunately now it is what you see, which is a sad ruin and a relic, but it is a beautiful one and there is very good reason for why it is in the condition that it's in. I won't say too much. Do a history lesson and we'll just have a brief explore. Yeah, cool, let's go. Situated below Dover Castle lies a church ruin that tells of a fascinating past, that of St James's Church. Dover can lay claim to a wealth of historic riches, but it's this ruined church that could in essence define Dover's historic timeline in one swoop. Originally constructed in the 12th century, it was built of flint, canned stone and tile. Most of what you see would have still been from this Norman period of its life. Although overshadowed by the castle, the church, like many of its type, would see many alterations, its first notable one being on the south side of the nave as a 14th century addition. This was used until 1851 as a courthouse for the Chancery and Admiralty Courts of the Cinque Ports, and for the Court of Lodmanage. The Court of Lodmanage was a court which sat at Dover to appoint pilots of the Cinque Ports. The last Court of Lodmanage was held by the Duke of Wellington in 1851. Its last notable mention was during World War II, when it was sadly shelled from the French coast, and what is left is the ruin that you now see. However, on a positive note, it has been given Grade 2 listed status, and hopefully with a video like this, it will never be forgotten. Well, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that history lesson. What a fascinating story. The fact that the reason why this is basically because it got hit. It got hit during World War II. Obviously, you know, Dover, unfortunately, was just in the firing line, which is obviously why we get so many air raid shelters built within. It's a strange place, Dover, because in essence, it was almost purpose-built to sort of hold air raid shelters and stuff because of the chalk and the white cliffs. So, you know, in essence, the actual topography as well, actually helped its benefit to save hundreds and hundreds of lives, more than it being an exposed sort of seaside sort of town, should we just sort of say. So in a strange way, although there are scars of its World War II past, in negative connotations, i.e. being hit, there are lots of positives that we should take. And obviously, if you see my channel, we've not done all the air raid shelters and underground secrets of Dover. I desperately want to, and I want to finish them off, but I think, you know, it's going to be tricky and it might involve more than just me and Sophie to sort of facilitate that. So I'm sure if some of you are watching out there who want to do some Dover exploring air raid shelter stuff and all this other stuff that we've not done, not been able to do, then yeah, come with us. On that note, however, we are here to do this, which, like I said, is an unsung piece of Dover's history, and it's sad actually. Another thing we need to refer back to is that obviously on that historic Dover board, the board is not relevant anymore at the moment, which is a bit sad, because obviously it'd be nice if people visited it, that they'd see information. As of recording this, we've seen a few people already wander in and out, haven't we?
Yes.
Really, so it's lovely. But let me take you for a lovely little ganders. Sadly, homeless people or people of a different nature decide that as is common, they want to just completely cover this in litter, really, and set fire and do all this stuff, which I don't really like the idea of, to be honest with you, because, you know, why would you? Baby squid. Okay. There you go. I mean, is it necessary? You know, just again, the focus sadly is more on litter than it is anything else. Scaffolding, everybody, is on this side now, and they're clearly not finished work doing this with the masonry side and stuff. As we take a look for ourselves, so obviously you can see that they've tried to shore up the wall. We'll take a look round in a minute, but there's, like I said, there's not really much to look at anymore. But what is here is a pleasant reminder of a past, and like I said, the history, sadly enough, is actually more important than what's here in terms of there's so much history about this small ruin. It really just is sad when you sort of see it in this sort of like sad state that it's in. Not hard to sort of imagine the boundary wall as well, as you can sort of see, which denotes on the car park here. So again, the layout of the church is quite prominent. Obviously it went through multiple phases, as we sort of told, and obviously there was a extension work and stuff like this. But lovely, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of Dover history. I love that masonry, by the way, up there. Look at that. Isn't that special? Very, very cool. Hopefully that's coming out on the camera. Yeah, there we go, everyone. Just going to slowly just take you for a wander. Here we go, look. This tower of this church is from, can't read that. Up.
From the roof up something.
Oh yeah, from the roof up was repaired AD, and then they've scrubbed out. Obviously, why would they tell you what that is? Simply stunning piece of history, really, for a ruin. I think it's probably, in essence, it might be one of the most historically interesting ruins I think I've ever covered on this channel, and it's why actually I wanted to do this. Really, come back with gusto to try and hopefully record this one. It just proves that, you know, even like the Knights Templar Church, for example, in Dover, even though sometimes they're just foundations of what they are, the history that it pertains to is so much more important than some of like the larger sort of sites on Dover. Because they just are, really. They're just so interested in the fact that this is real history. This is like early Dover's history, really, and the fact that it still survives is absolutely incredible. Sophie, what do you think? It's pretty, isn't it?
It is stunning.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
What's left?
And the details, isn't it? It's like, it's one of these places, if you spend a little bit of time, you look through in the masonry, and obviously you've got like lots of little details within this, and I think that's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really stunning.
Yeah. Hello, so we're just down the outside because obviously, as with any sort of ruin, you have to explore the outside. It's been very busy down here traffic wise. So what we wanted to show you was this. This is the tower that goes all the way up, or would have gone all the way up. And if you look inside, just about, I'm not sure if the camera will pick this up, but just take my word for it, everybody. There's a stairwell, former stairwell, that's going all the way up there. As you can see, it's seen totally better days, this gateway. But yeah, former stairwell that linked all the way up. Beautiful. Right on the beautiful passageway here, and then obviously we can see where I mean really, obviously this is all modern, so we can see where they've basically placed it out as modern, which is a shame, but obviously necessary because we need to keep these walls intact as best as possible, and obviously we've seen it in there as well with the redone the masonry as well. And then one final thing I just want to sort of show you is here. Look at that. How cool is that? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's some simply stunning masonry in here, and the fact that it's sort of got lost a little bit to time. If you can see some of it up there as well. Really, really impressive stuff. So I say, like, about these types of ruins, really, really cool. come around here for me, please. Thank you very much. There we go.
Put it over.
So yeah, we've just had a look, haven't we? And it was
Yes.
really, really nice. And we're like, let's just film this quickly to add on to it. So beautiful.
Yes.
The gift that keeps on giving. Let's end our video around the corner. Come on. Well, look, we should end it here because there's not much. In the immortal words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with us. More importantly, excuse my glorious hair as it sways within the wind. Thank you so much for joining me, Sophie.
Yeah.
The photos that you will be seeing in the history lesson will be supplied by Sophie, so there you go. Anyway, in the more words of Phoenix history, because history matters, I think we can sort of safely say that this does, and it's genuinely worth a visit. The car park is literally there, so it's just worth a nice little toggle on. Watch this video, obviously, and hopefully it encourages you to come down and reevaluate this site if you've ignored it before in the past. Yeah, so because history matters, we will see y'all very soon. Are you ready, Sophie?
Yes.
Let us. Kapow.